Every person with a disability is entitled to respect and to a full life in Israeli society as a citizen with rights. That is one of the clauses in a new social rights charter drafted by the Izzy Shapiro House, an organization dedicated to helping Israelis with special challenges. Beit Izzy Shapiro celebrated its 25th anniversary with a special ceremony at President Moshe Katzav's residence in the capital, as Jonathan Elkins reports.
It's a Bill of Rights of sorts, aimed at guaranteeing equal opportunities for a segment of the population which hasn't always enjoyed its fair share, the physically and mentally disabled. The signing ceremony, held at the residence of President Moshe Katsav in Jerusalem, was sponsored by the Izzy Shapiro House, an innovative organization providing services for the developmentally challenged.
We are talking about the rights of children with disabilities in Israel to have equal opportunities, to have the best services, to be able to live in dignity in the community with their families. That's very significant for me.
Signing on the social charter were leading figures from the country's high-tech, entertainment, political, and business communities.
Once we got to know the people, the kids, and the environment, we decided this is one of the institutions that we would like to be heavily involved with as a contributor to the community.
With its leading hydrotherapy facilities and high-tech environments for relaxing kids with autism and other disabilities, Beit Izzy Shapiro takes a unique approach to improving the lives of these special children. Singer Dudu Fisher, who starred in Broadway's Les Miserables, has been a supporter of the facility since it was created.
When you see kids that couldn't walk and suddenly you see them walking, you know, and it's like, I mean, you really want to cry for them.
With its innovative methods, Beit Izzy Shapiro is changing attitudes in the country. However, it seems that Israel still has a long way to go.
We still have a society that is not accessible. We have public buildings that are not accessible, movie houses, things like that, where people with disabilities are not able to get around, which means we're far behind a lot of the Western world. People have got to understand that people with disabilities are part of our lives, part of our community, and they have equal rights, and that's something we've got to still work on, and we've got a way to go.
Hollywood actress Millie Avital, who appeared in the American television series Law & Order and alongside Anthony Hopkins in the film The Human Stain, has been a longtime supporter of the Izzy Shapiro House. IBA's Viva Press asked the native Israeli how her involvement with the organization began.
The reason I'm attached to Beit Izzy Shapiro, besides the nostalgic element of it, which is it's in my hometown and I've known it since I'm 7 years old, there's a real reason, which is I see a very serious institution, which is the leading center for people with behavioral disabilities in Israel. They do certain treatments that are revolutionary, and they're serious people. And I'd like to be in that company because it's an honor for me to be in a company of such serious people. But I also feel that people with disabilities don't get maybe enough of the rights that they should have. They don't get enough support from the government. 60% of the budget of Beit Izzy Shapiro is donations. And it's almost necessary as for us as a society to include people with disabilities as just part of us, but maybe they just need a little bit more or a little bit different things that we don't think about, and why not do it for them? And it's as easy as that. It's just making it is not easy, and doing it is not easy, which is why I'm happy to be part of the effort.
You speak about people with disabilities. You live mainly in the U.S. You're from Israel. What differences do you see in the way people with disabilities live their lives here in Israel or over there in the U.S.?
I have to say I'm not familiar with the way people with disabilities in the U.S. live, because for me, the world of disabilities is Beit Izzy, which is probably a very picturesque understanding of how, you know, it's such a fabulous place. And I know you've been there and you've seen it. It's almost magical what they do there. It's so beautiful. There's so much love. There's dental services. There's swimming pools. I mean, it's a real little world. So for me, that's just so beautiful. I'm not sure how it is in the States. I'm not sure if it's as good as Beit Izzy.
What do we see you doing in the future? Do we get to see you back home on our local stages, on our local screens? What plans do you have for the future?
Well, right now I'm doing actually something completely different, which I'm doing a fashion campaign for H&O, which is a fashion company, and I'm enjoying that part of the industry. I have a short film that I directed that was in the Tribeca Film Festival last year in New York, short documentary that I've made that's going to come out here in April, and I'll be back for that.
Millie Avital, thank you very much for coming in to IBA today.
Thank you, my pleasure.
That ends this newscast. Do join us again tomorrow evening at our Friday time of 6 o'clock when Aaron Viner will be here with the latest news and analysis from Israel. Until then, have a great weekend, and shalom from Jerusalem.